Hey guys, it's Brigitte with San Diego Seed Company. I'm here in the garden and we're going to talk about one of the most easiest crops you can grow, especially if you're a really good cook, and that's shallots. Shallots are so simple to grow. I can't tell you, if you've had trouble with onions or garlic or any other allium, these are like the most simple crop in that family to grow. What's great about them too is one small shallot, it's not a tuber, clove. I couldn't think about that, sorry. One small shallot clove will give you a huge patch of plants. So I can't tell you how many actual individual cloves I planted here, but really one tiny little line, and you can see that they have multiplied into an incredible thick mass of delicious shallots that I will use in my cooking. Now, if you haven't used shallots in your cooking, good morning. They're really incredible to use as an alternative or in addition to any onion because they're so light and subtle in their flavor. So I'm sure you've bought them at the store, right? You usually just get about this. You don't get the greens as well, but when you grow them in your garden, you can use these greens just as you would any green onion. So you get a small, delicious, subtly flavored onion, basically, and you get green onions. You get a lot of bang for your buck. And shallots in general don't require all the extra stuff that like garlic does. You don't have to vernalize them. You're not gonna have to turn the water on and off during certain parts of the year like you have to do with garlic. They'll keep in the garden for a really long time until you're ready to use them. So basically I just come out here and I just pull them out like this. This is what I'm gonna use in my recipe, and I keep pulling them out and pulling them out as I need them. That particular tip is specific to zone 9 and 10. If you live in an area that gets a hard frost or winter, you would have to pull these out and cure them to keep them throughout the winter season because obviously they would die under a foot of snow in Michigan or wherever. Well, we're lucky enough here I can just leave them in the garden. So let's get to the basics. How do you grow shallots? When do you get them? Well, easy enough. We sell them at the same time that we sell our garlic. You can pre-order them come August, September. We get them in and then we ship them out to you guys. They will come to you as basically individual. Imagine no greens, right? You'll get basically just this part. That part, like a garlic clove, gets stuck in the ground on an irrigation line, on T-tape, or in an area of the garden that you can water. And you can watch that one little clove multiply, and then become all of these. We have fertilized these once at the beginning of the growing season. Then I just kind of let them go. I let them do their thing. I couldn't believe how densely packed they became. So one tip that I would do for next year is actually space them out a little bit more. We haven't had any pest issues this year with them. They look really great. But we have remained relatively cool most of the season. Now, I can't say that come late June, July, going into August, as the temperatures rise, I could see aphids becoming an issue with this, or them just becoming stressed enough that pests start to attack them. So harvest is very simple. So we planted these in, I'll say I planted them around November. You let them grow, you enjoy them, and then you can come out and pull them out. You'll see that some are a little bit bigger than others. Oh God, I wish you could smell those. They smell so delicious. You can use them at any stage you want. If you want to use something small like this, more like a green onion, you can put it fresh. Or these larger ones you can chop up and start as like a mirepoix. Is it mirepoix? Is that how you say it? I think so. You know, the thing with the onions and the bell peppers that you start every recipe with. You can use these in any recipe like you would any onion, knowing that the flavor is a little bit more delicate. Now, this patch is really happy, and I'm gonna leave it for probably another month, and then I'm gonna pull it out to make room for other crops. At that time, hopefully I will have most of this eaten. Any of them that I don't have eaten, I can cure like an onion. You wanna cure them in a shady spot, well ventilated. Learn from my mistakes. Do not try to cure them in a greenhouse, bad idea. But you'll likely end up eating all of them before you need to cure them because they're so delicious and so easy to use in every single recipe. Okay, for those of you who like bullet points, let's just point out the quick takeaways on how you grow shallots in zone 9 and 10. Shallots, like onions or garlic, are planted in the fall. You can plant them from cloves, which you purchase alongside your garlic cloves. You're gonna plant them in the ground at a spacing of about 2 to 3 inches apart. You're gonna wanna plant them as deep as you would a garlic clove. They're gonna grow in the garden all winter, all spring, well into the summer, and you harvest them as needed, and you can eat them, the vegetative part or the green part, all throughout the season. They're one of the easiest crops to grow, and if you're a good cook, you need shallots in your garden.